Hi, today we're going to talk about one of the most fundamental and important aspects of practicing karate, making sure that we get a good warm-up in. The other problem that we commonly face is that a lot of the time when we have students that only come out to the dojo maybe once or twice a week, it can be very boring and repetitive if we spend a lot of time just doing basic drills all the time. So what we're talking about today is we're trying to accomplish both things at the same time. We're trying to get students warmed up and we're trying to get them more reps and basically more practice with their Kihon without having them get really bored, doing it in a more dynamic and entertaining kind of way. So I hope you enjoy.
So the first exercise that you see here is a fairly simple one. We're just looking at the sprawl and then the knee. This is a good exercise to help students understand how to generate power with their hips when they're working on their knee strikes. And as well, it adds in a little bit of introduction to some of the grappling skills, basic sprawl position that can then be applied in more practical ways later on. What I like about this exercise is its versatility. This is an exercise that can be easily adapted to a lot of different levels of students and a lot of different skills depending on what you're working on at that time in the dojo. We call this exercise strike a pose. It's very simple. It's 2 jumps and then you get into one of the postures. So it can be postures taken from kata. For beginner level students, usually I just have them do one stance or one posture. Here you see some examples from kamaewaza. So depending on the level of the students, you can really adjust this and cater this to whatever you're teaching at that time in the dojo. The next exercise that we're looking at here is very, very simple. It's just a more dynamic way of doing push-ups basically. As you can see, we're walking over a little bit with the hands, a couple steps, and then basically you hop up, and again this can be easily adjusted to a number of different postures. Here again you see the kiberachi with the hand in front of the chest, but really anything goes in terms of whatever skills or whatever postures you want to emphasize, and it's just a way of sneaking a little bit more basics into the exercises. The next exercise that you see here is basically just a modified jumping jack. As you can see, we're working the jujuke and then the kiberachi with the hands pulled back in the tsuki kamae. This exercise, while it looks very easy, and again it's very high on the volume, the number of repetitions that you get, while it looks very easy and simple, it's actually quite difficult and very tiring to do for a sustained period of time. The next exercise that you're looking at here, in this case we're taking a piece from the kata nehanchi or teki. What you see here is basically the hook punch and the kiberachi just facing different directions. Again, this exercise could easily be adapted if you're working on a different kata or a different skill. You could have one posture facing the front of the dojo and one posture facing the back. This is easily modified, and again it's just introducing more repetitions into the workout routine. This next exercise here looks at basically checking with the leg while the opposite hand is punching. As you can see, we're also moving the feet side to side, which is a good opportunity for us to focus on the ashisabaki or the footwork. This can be done very easily as part of a ladder drill if you have a fitness ladder. A lot of these exercises can be done in a variety of formats. It can either be 1-minute rounds or it can be stations where everyone's at a different station doing a different exercise at different times. So it's really up to you to decide how you want to implement these in your dojo. The last example you see here of a Kihon-based warm-up exercise is just looking at the Mae-geri and the Ushiro-geri with a couple steps in between. This is a really nice cardio workout, and it's especially good if you've been teaching those particular kicks in recent weeks in your classes. It's not necessarily a good format to teach the kicks, but it's a good review for the students who have been working on them previously.